Hi, I'm Jim from the World Insights Competition, and I'm here with Marco.
Hi, I'm Marco. I'm Insights Lead here at World Day Lab.
And we want to show you guys a little bit about researching. Once you have a great question, what you're curious about, how is it that you can run a query that will generate information that helps you answer your question? Marco?
No, absolutely. And I'm German, and I'm very interested in kind of looking at where Germans are around the world. I myself have lived in Indonesia, Kenya, the U.S., and Austria. And so today I'm going to kind of show you how we can go and approach that question of thinking about where do Germans live around the world by just querying a data set online. So very excited to show you guys how to do that.
Great, let's get to it.
And show how I would find out about that question that interests me, which is kind of personal to me, and looking at, where do foreign people live? So I'm gonna go ahead and look at United Nations because I know that they've got some data on that, and looking at this data set on foreign population by country. So if I go there, I've been here before. That's why I also know where it is. So I can look at foreign population. What's nice about the UN data is they kind of already have the data processed, so you can already take a look. I'm not sure where these islands are, but you could see where everyone is from that's a foreigner in that country. But let's go ahead and check out Austria. I currently live in Austria, and I'm a German national. So I'm not a citizen of Austria. I'm from Germany, and so this is something that really interests me. And you can immediately see here already from the screen, which is nice in UN data, is how many people in Austria are foreign. So 1.6 million. And we can kind of scroll down and see what other countries everyone's from. This is only limited though, so I'll go ahead and download the data in a second. But as I mentioned before, I'm also someone who's lived in Kenya before, as well as in Indonesia. So I'm going to go ahead and check out Indonesia. And I'm also going to check out Kenya. Although I'm just realizing now that the Kenya doesn't have the data set here, which is something you'll run into frequently as well. Oftentimes, you won't have your complete data set, which is okay. We have many cool methods to try and work our way around it, oftentimes meaning looking at other sources, but also trying to model it ourselves. I have lived in Rwanda as well, though, so how about I go ahead and add in Rwanda, and I can go ahead and apply those filters. You'll see there's Austria there, and then once I download it, which I'll do right now, and I technically I always like to use this CSV, but you can go ahead and download other versions as well. And once that's downloaded, you can see the zipped file right here. I can go ahead and open that up. And I'll open that with Excel, but you can open it with R or whatever other tool you might be using. And you can see here, Austria is there for various years that I've selected. And we can go all the way down. And I'm realizing right now that Austria is the only country that the UN has for these certain years. But that's no problem either. So what we can go ahead and do is check out, all right, in Austria, how many people are from Germany? So we know this 1.6 million, but I can go ahead and scroll to Germany, which we see right here. And you can see there's actually 213,000 German nationals living in Austria. So I am not one of the few. But what we can also do is check out Indonesia, a country I've lived in before, and we see there's only 1,000 Indonesians living in Austria, so quite a minority. And when we go to Kenya, another country I've lived in, we can see 905 Kenyans who are currently living in Austria. And so the great thing about this UN data set is we could kind of select the whole world, and we could isolate kind of where various nationals or where people live from different nations. And as someone who's lived across many countries, Kenya, Indonesia, Austria, and the U.S., this is something that's really close to my heart, and I think really interesting, and something that we do as well here at World Day Lab is understanding, how various cultures, but also various nationals have different tendencies to spend differently, but also, understanding kind of where they tend to like to move or where they are living. So this is a really cool data set that, is one of many that you could use to try and answer any questions you may have.